Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you guys with a different type of video. In this video, I need your help. It's been exactly 8 months since I first got engaged. Let me tell you, trying to find a destination for my wedding and honestly just planning the wedding in a whole has been so much more of emotions than I have ever thought that it would be. I have been receiving messages from you guys in the comment section asking me what's going on. Are you still getting married? Are you going to be posting updates? And a lot of you have been asking me to share the process on my channel. Well, here it is. I'm not prepared. So let me just rewind back. Well, in the grand scheme of things, my initial thought was after my engagement, I was gonna go ahead and start to plan as soon as we got back from our trip because my fiance took me on a trip to propose to me. And then when I got back, I was like, okay, right away, I'm gonna start planning. Well, life had different plans. I started to watch a lot of videos. I tried to get a lot of different advice from people who had gotten married in my circle, and I was like researching locations. I ended up getting really confused on where I wanted to go. So right in the middle of me like starting to plan, we decided that we were gonna go on a celebration trip to pretty much celebrate our engagement. Normally people will have like an engagement party. We are more of like trip type of people. So after that trip, I was like, okay, when I get back home, I'm going to start planning and figuring out where I'm gonna have it and just figuring out dates and stuff like that. Got back home and the same thing happened where I was pretty much confused on kind of where to start. I'm pretty much torn between doing everything myself or hiring a wedding planner. The inner control freak in me, I was trying to find a nicer way to say it, but I can't. The inner control freak in me is kind of thinking like, girl, you can do this all by yourself. I have planned celebrations before, but I know that weddings are like a whole nother ball game, especially when it's a destination wedding, because you have to make sure that like things are really in order or it will be kind of crazy. To be honest, the thought of hiring a resort to do everything for me is kind of where I'm pretty much headed. Like I'm thinking to do that way because I seen a video where a girl mentioned that she did her wedding that way when she had a destination wedding. She mentioned that she had like a small wedding at a resort on a beautiful island and they did everything for her. All she had to do is tell them little tweaks of things that she wanted to have in her wedding. And they just did the rest and they got to enjoy the vacation and it was just, you know, bliss for her. And that sounds really, really good to me. I have been going back and forth between certain islands that I wanted to go to. And as of right now, I've been looking at Italy, a couple of islands in the Caribbean as well. The Caribbean islands I have been looking at more than any of the choices that I'm mentioning here because those islands are like really pretty, and then they also have some secluded islands. Looking over there, I've looked at the Maldives as well. Just really ethereal beach locations is where I'm looking as of right now. But with all those choices, like how do you even begin to choose where you want it? Even when I'm looking at these locations, I'm like going to videos and watching people who have, you know, had their wedding on these locations before, and I'm finding like people who are saying that it was really good for them. Then there's people who are kind of on the fence on if they should have spent that much on their wedding and if it was worth it. So I'm trying to make sure that I find a perfect location that I don't regret later, like a few years later, where I'm like, oh my God, that was just like way too much, you know, finances spent on that, or that island wasn't exactly what I wanted. I could have had it here. I want it to be perfect. Also, I want something that is very dreamy and magical, because that's literally what I have in my head. I want to see something a lot different. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. If you had a destination wedding, or even if you just know how to plan weddings, or if you've been married before, if you're in the process of getting married, I actually can use some help from everyone. Drop any locations, any tips, advice that you have down in the comment section. I also didn't really know how to start off like a wedding series on my channel, because I didn't want to come on here like, oh, okay, I have it all put together, everything's fine, when it's not. I think hearing other people's way and what route they took actually does help a lot. Also, this is a very realistic stage when you are first getting married. A lot of times you don't know where to start. Most of the time people just go to an expert, and other times people try to do it themselves. And I'm like in the middle of what I want to do right now. I don't know which road I'm going to take in terms of if I'm going to go to an expert or if I'm just going to do it myself. That's where I'm at, guys. That's why I haven't posted much about my wedding on my channel. It's because I'm very much in a confused state, or a kind of like flatline state where I'm trying to figure out how to move forward. I don't want to sit in this stage for too much longer. I want to get moving and start planning things and getting things together. I have an ideal date in mind, but again, I want to get more concrete on things. Very realistic video, realistic update on the wedding. Hey, we don't always have it all together, and everything doesn't always plan out super smooth. So that's where I'm at. Not the worst stage to be in, because at least I have ideals of where I want it, and I'm not just completely blank on what's going on. I can't wait to hear from you guys, and hopefully all of the advice that you guys leave below. I don't even know what this video is. I don't even know if I should post it. If I'm gonna post it, I'll decide when I'm editing. I'll decide if I want to put this up or not, or if it's just really a pointless, you know, video. But I don't know, I feel like that this is really helpful too, like that confused stage, so that people who are getting married and probably are like going through the same thing, they don't feel like they're alone. Stay tuned for more updates behind the scenes when it comes to my wedding planning. This is just the first video, and I'm thinking to do a series on my channel, especially once I kind of figure things out. So if you guys like this type of video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you are new coming across this channel, this is a very different type of video. I normally am not this confused. But if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and join the community. Like I said, really excited to see what you guys have to say, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.